All right, as well as good behavior, charitra. I guess that's kind of like, and all that other good stuff that you should do. They should be cultivated. The Lord alone is to be worshipped always and with one's whole being. Sarvada means always, and with one's whole being. Sarvabhava. Sarvabhavana. With one's whole being. Sarvabhava, sorry. By those without doubt. Nishchinta. Chinta means, a kind of a doubt. And then nish means not. No doubt. So, one of the more important spiritual qualities to be developing is the absence of doubt. And in the Buddhist tradition we say there's two kinds of doubt. There's lazy doubt and there's good doubt. So we'll start with good doubt. We'll start with lazy doubt. Lazy doubt is, I heard what that guy said about cause and effect and how there couldn't be a cause that wasn't caused by a previous cause and so forth. And but I don't know if that's true or not, and I'm just not going to think about it. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but, I don't feel like it. I just, whatever. Okay? That's lazy doubt. And, we're spending much of our lives, we've got that kind of, what were you put here to do? I don't know. What? Right? Just like not bothering to think it through. Then there's good doubt. Good doubt is you hear something and you take it seriously enough to not just believe it on faith. You take it seriously enough to go, well, I don't know. That sounds possible. That sounds interesting. I'll need to think it over. Okay? And that's good doubt. We say that's good doubt. You shouldn't just believe what people say just because, somebody said it. You see? Not blind faith like that, see? Because why? It won't stick with you. The next joker who comes to the Galilee thing and offers some new teaching, you'll go, oh, that could be too. Maybe I should be. I think I should be that too. See, so you think it through, and you come to a reasoned conclusion that you either can believe it or you can't, and that's the solution to good doubt. But all doubt is an obstacle. All doubt is an obstacle to what? To putting it into fifth and getting going. You see? Doubt is retarding us. It's holding us back. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I should be a banker instead. See? Maybe I should go back to law school. I don't know. See? Maybe this religious life, isn't going to really work out that well. I don't know. See? And that's holding us back. So get over the doubt as soon as possible. It means like you work it through. Work through it. And then get going. So then he says, and then you'll be able to worship the Lord always and with one's whole being, because you've got no doubt about it. No doubt that this is the way to do it, you see. No doubt about Guru Yoga. The Lord being glorified like this, kirtyamana, as in kirtan. Same word. It's the verbal form of that. It's a present participle for those of you who care. Keeping score at home. Being glorified like this. Glorifying like this, quickly appears and reveals himself or herself to the devotees. They'll come to you. See, if you create the karma through service, praise, glory, devotion, and so forth, they'll show up. They will show up. That's what he's saying. Devotion is the most important thing in the three realities. There's lots of different understandings of what the three realities are. Tri Satya. Satya is the word they use in Buddhist texts for the two realities. Deceptive reality and ultimate reality. There's two satyas. There's two things that really exist, in a way you could say. Really. There really does exist deceptive reality. As appearance. As appearance, it exists. It doesn't exist as anything other than appearance, but it exists as appearance. And then there's ultimate reality that also really exists. So Satya is three realities. Past, present, and future. That's one way to look at it. There's three realities. Past, present, and future. There's, in the Hindu text, traditionally, there was earth, atmosphere, and sky. Or heaven. Those are the three worlds. Triloka. The earth, this place. And then the atmosphere. The atmosphere was where deities like Indra hung out. The Thor of ancient India, right? The god of thunder and lightning. And Indra lived in the sky, in the atmosphere. And, you could tell. Indra had a whole gang. And he had a whole, army. And they used to fight all the time. They would fight the demons up there in the sky. And you'd know when the rumble started, right? Because it started rumbling. And Indra and the Maruts got ready to fight the demons. The Maruts were Indra's henchmen. Yeah. So that's the sky. And then the heaven, that's the atmosphere. And then the heaven or the sky where, the deities of heaven live. So anyway, that's another possibility for the three realities. And then in the Buddhist text, of course, the three realities are the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm. And that's pretty much all the neighborhoods there are in samsara. That's the universe. The desire realm is where we live, in case you didn't know. Who was it? The first Dalai Lama who said that the desire realm is called the desire realm because all we do is desire food and sex. And then there's the form and formless realm, which are kind of ethereal realms that you get to through certain kinds of wrong meditative practices. By putting your mind over and over and over again in a certain kind of wrong, useless place, you get kind of stuck there in a birth. And you go into this like kind of heroin reverie for, a period of time until you get, spit out, karma wears out, and then back into the spin cycle you go, new birth somewhere else. So anyway, that's the three realities maybe. Devotion alone is the most important. So he says it twice actually. Bhakti eva gariyasi. Bhakti eva gariyasi. Devotion alone is the most important thing. Really. They repeat it like to say really. No, really. Although one, it has 11 forms. And then the word they use for attaching, I tried to find a good word for this. Asakti. Asakti means attachment or cherishing or devotion. So you can say there's 11 forms of devotion. He says, although one, there are 11 forms. Although devotion really is one, it comes in 11 flavors. Okay? Attaching oneself to divine qualities, thinking about the qualities of the Lord, of Ishvara, of God. And just going, wow, God's omniscient. That's awesome. God is able to appear in so many forms. That's so cool. God is so compassionate. See, attachment, the devotion is directed towards the qualities that the deity has, that the divine has. That's one kind of bhakti. Attachment to the form. They look so beautiful. They have such a beautiful form. You see? And we'll do a meditation where you'll practice this with yourself tonight. Where you'll meditate on what a beautiful form you will have. Okay? When? As soon as you're ready. Okay? As soon as you give up you. Okay? It's up to you, kind of. As soon as you decide. It could happen in a moment. And don't think it couldn't. We're so close. And I didn't invent this. Geshe Michael says this regularly. Our karma is so good that we have to be very, very, very close. To have a life like this, we have to be very, very close. Like a bullet that's just now striking the target. After countless lifetimes of moving through space from beginning. It was never fired, actually, right? Because that would have been a first cause. Okay? So since beginningless time, it's been moving towards the bullseye. And this life, we're just piercing the outer pieces of the paper of the bullseye. That's how close we are. So that means it could happen pretty quickly, actually. It could happen really quickly. Where we just decide enough already. I don't want to be me no more. I'm going to be God now. I'm going to be the guru. I'm giving up me and I'm going to be the guru. Pop. See? You think that could happen? Do you think it could happen that you would remember that you've always been enlightened? When you are enlightened, you will give yourself a whole different backstory. You'll give yourself a whole different history, and you'll realize you've always been enlightened. It's always been perfect. You think you'll realize that someday that everyone in the chapel at Galilee was already an enlightened being. That you just didn't notice them that way. You didn't see them that way. You were mistaken. You thought they were schmucks. You thought they were ordinary people. But everyone else but you at that time was already enlightened. Do you think that'll happen? Everything in the world is already perfect. See, all you have to do is see it that way, in a way. So, all you have to do. You think that... No, that's a tantric practice. The tantric practice is just see it that way. Okay, just try, see it that way. And you'll find out how very, very hard it is. That's why it's a practice. But that is one of the highest practices you can do. Is just bring nirvana into the present. Bring enlightenment into the present. Not some other time. Bring Buddhahood into the present now. You are already a Buddha. What if you were already a Buddha? You see? Never mind what if God was one of us. What if you were God? What if you were God right now, like in some kind of amnesiac haze? And what if you woke up and said, oh yeah, I remember now. I'm perfect already. I'm perfectly happy. I'm perfectly compassionate. Perfectly loving. I have omniscience. Means you know everything. You have no doubt. Omniscience is the opposite of doubt, isn't it? When you're omniscient, we have no doubt about anything. See, nothing unknown. Nothing like, I don't know but if that's true or not. See, nothing unknown. See, so practice that. Practice being God now. Very high practice. Practice seeing the world around you as perfect. Practice seeing everybody in the world as perfect. And practice seeing yourself as perfect. And you'll know how to do that. How? How will you know how to be perfect? By constituting your guru as perfect and autodidacting. Okay? Learning yourself how to be perfect. Because you've seen perfection in someone else.